Hi everyone, this is a brief video to help you get started with week 2. Now week 2 is going to be a lot more like our usual weeks in the course, at least up until the very end of the course in our last several weeks of the class, where you'll be working on things like the portfolio assignment, and then it'll be slightly different. But the kinds of assignments you're having this week will be very typical of the weeks to come and what many of our modules will contain. You'll have a quiz, you'll have a PowerPoint presentation to watch, you'll have a discussion forum assignment to participate in, and towards the end of the week you'll have a writing assignment due. This will be due on Friday. Okay, those 4 types of assignments are the most common in this class: quizzes, PowerPoint presentations, discussion forums, writing assignments. Okay, let's talk about each of these just very quickly just to get you started. If you do end up having questions about any of these assignments beyond this, feel free to email me through Blackboard or post a message about a specific question you have about an assignment on our Raise Your Hand and Ask discussion forum at the top of our Learning Modules section. Okay, but in this second week, you'll have a quiz where you should read Chapter 1. It is a quiz on Chapter 1. Before you take that quiz, be very sure to read where it says important note about the quiz. That's a special note in this module. It won't appear in later modules, but read it here. It's something that will give you information not just about our quiz on Chapter 1, but also just information in general about upcoming quizzes, things that you definitely want to keep in mind as you take any quiz during this semester. Okay, when you're ready to take the quiz, you can of course click on where it says Quiz Chapter 1 and begin. I strongly recommend that you've not only read the chapter very carefully once through, but that before you start the quiz, you go back over the chapter, skim over it a little bit a second time, and it's not even bad necessarily to make a quick note or two to sort of help you to remember things, maybe a note in the margin or something to help you remember key things in that chapter. Your quizzes are timed, and so you want to be ready for them when you sit down to take them. Have the material fresh in your mind. Quizzes are timed usually between 5 to 7 minutes. In the case of this first quiz that we'll be taking in this module, you'll have 7 minutes to take the quiz. There's 5 questions on this quiz. Each one is worth 20 points. They are in the form usually of something like multiple choice, true, false, sometimes fill in the blank, matching, these kinds of questions. Occasionally there'll be ones where you'll have to read a little bit of material, but so you want to necessarily keep moving as you take the quiz and everything. You'll sometimes have very short questions that are like true, false. Answer those, as quickly as you can. That'll save you a little bit of extra time to work on things like some of the multiple choice questions and material like that. If you've read the chapter and you've read carefully and you've reviewed it, you should do very well on these quizzes and have a good shot at them. I do drop the lowest quiz score at the end of the semester, so if you have just one quiz anytime over the course of the semester where you don't do as well as what you wanted to, just keep in mind that at least one of your quizzes will be dropped when I factor the full average at the end of the semester. Okay. All right, so you'll take the quiz. The quiz will be due by Wednesday of this week. You should also watch the PowerPoint unit by that time. When you click on their PowerPoint unit, it will allow you to download the PowerPoint show, the PowerPoint presentation. If you have any trouble playing that PowerPoint presentation, you might want to contact technical support, see if they can help you out with that. Most students these days have a program that'll play PowerPoint presentations. If you have any trouble with that or difficulty or don't know which program you should use or need help figuring out how to get a program that'll do that, you might contact our technical support. Remember, you can always look up the technical support contact information in our help folder at the top of our learning module section, or also if you click on the page that says if you have a technical problem at the top of our learning module section, it will also give you contact information for Brockport's ITS technical support. Okay. This week you have a discussion forum. Again, this is a graded discussion forum, unlike the icebreaker forum of last week. This is one on the subject of target audiences, where you will consider how we sort of vary what we say to approach different types of audiences. Okay, The first thing you do before you participate in the discussion forum, though, is come up here to the folder that says Target Audience Assignment Part 1 and click on that folder. It'll take you to a page that will show you first some quick instructions for this folder, but then it'll list several ads. There'll be 5 ads that are print ads that come from newspapers, magazines, places like this, and 1 ad that's a video ad. They're all for the same product, but they're all geared towards, say, different target audiences. They're all using different tactics and techniques to try and reach those audiences. I'd like you, before you participate in the discussion forum, to look over these ads and watch the short video. It's just a commercial. It's just like a couple of minutes long. But look over these ads, and they will help you to consider what are these various different types or different styles of ads and their text trying to do to reach the particular audience they're aiming for. Also consider, who is that audience? Is the audience college students? Is it young urban professionals? Is it people who are older? Is it people who are more educated or less educated? Is it, say, young working mothers? Who is the target audience for some of these ads? You'll see things that, like, ad number 1 may be aimed at a drastically different target audience than ad number 4, and the video ad may be aimed at a different audience than some of our other ads, etc. Consider these issues, and then once you've looked over those, you can come back and start discussion forum 2. It will ask you some questions about that. You'll post some of your responses to the ads here on the forum, and then you'll discuss this back and forth with your fellow students over the course of the week. Now, a crucial thing about discussion forums that I want you to keep in mind is that it's in your best interest that you do actively participate throughout the week on any discussion forum that we have. If you just post the bare minimum number of posts, and particularly if you just post, a few quick posts at the beginning of the week and then never return to the discussion forum, you're definitely not going to score anywhere near as highly as if you will if I see that you've participated throughout the week, if you're continually returning. If I see that both at the beginning of the week and then later in the week and stuff, you are responding to your fellow students and keeping up a good ongoing conversation throughout the week on this, you'll do much better if you actively participate than if you just do the bare minimum and if you just post things on, say, 1 or 2 days. So, think about, checking in on the discussion forum fairly regularly. I would recommend at least once a day, and then, you don't have to respond every single day of the week, but I would strongly recommend that you check in a number of days throughout the week rather than just say 1 or 2 days. Okay. The final assignment this week is our writing assignment number 1. It's one where you will write your assignment and then upload it into that particular page that you have here. This assignment is one where it's actually a variation from an assignment that appears in your textbook. Most of the time our writing assignments will be original to the class, but this is one where I actually liked one of their particular exercises that they had in the book, and so I varied it slightly, and I'm asking you to do it in consideration once again of that theme of target audiences and how we vary what we say or our approach to reaching particular different kinds of target audiences. In the case of this writing assignment, you'll choose one item from a list that you'll see here. There's a lot of different kinds of items on here. You can pick any one of those items that you want to, and then you're going to write 2 paragraphs. One of those paragraphs will describe that object or item to one particular type of target audience, an audience who is much more technically minded, maybe better educated, maybe people who are a bit more academic, and you'll try and describe it to them. They may have some existing knowledge of that product or item already, so you want to take that into consideration when you try and reach them in that first paragraph. In your second paragraph, you'll redescribe the same item that you chose, but in this case, you'll consider your target audience as being a much more broader or more general target audience. One who may be less educated, maybe one who's just more of just a sort of more common people, who could be just an audience at large rather than, say, an academic audience, and you'll try and describe your item to them. Okay. Read the instructions carefully for the writing assignment, and then go ahead and write your two paragraphs. This is a fairly short assignment this week. Sometimes we'll have writing assignments that are a little bit longer than this, but this is a good one to get you started with. And then that writing assignment will be due Friday of this week. Okay. All right, good luck with those assignments. I'm looking forward to hearing more from you and seeing your work. Once again, let me just say, if you do have any questions about any of the assignments, email me through Blackboard or post a quick question on our Raise Your Hand and Ask discussion forum at the top of our Learning Module section. All right, I will talk to you again soon.